rebounds. Stephanie Brown hit 4 out of 7 from the field, 8 points, 1 rebound. Debbie Elliott, 7 out of 11 from the field, had 14 points and 4 rebounds. Kathy Klicka made 3 out of 7 from the field and 2 out of 2 at the line, finished with 8 points and 4 rebounds. Martha Newsom, 1 out of 4 from the field, 2 points, 2 rebounds. Melanie Wade missed her only shot from the field, hit 2 out of 4 at the line for 2 points. And Sherry Porter had 3 out of 4 from the field, 6 points and 3 rebounds. Riverdale had Christy Brown, 5 out of 8 from the field, including a 3-pointer, 5 out of 7 from the free throw line. She had 14 points and 6 rebounds. Tammy Crown, 2 out of 6 from the field, 4 out of 5. Check that. She had 6 out of 6 at the free throw line, finished with 10 points and 7 rebounds. Valerie Haynes, 1 out of 2 from the field, hit 5 out of 6 free throws, finished with, no, she had 4 out of 6 free throws, finished with 8 points. Rocky Mosby had 1 out of 5 from the field, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Mary Verge, 2 out of 4, had 4 points and 3 rebounds. Now the team totals for Oakland: 23 out of 46, shooting 50%. And Riverdale, 11 out of 25, 44%. At the free throw line, Riverdale hit 14 out of 20, while Oakland hit 4 out of 6. Total rebounds, Oakland with 20 and Riverdale with 18. So the Lady Patriots in winning go to 4-1. And the Lady Warriors drop to 3-2. And it is a district win, of course, for Oakland, evening their district record out at 1-1, while Riverdale is now 1-2 in district play. Oakland led 20-14 at the quarter, 28-20 at the half, 40-31 at the end of 3 quarters, and won the game 50-38. We'll be set to go with our boys game. The introduction of the starting lineups will be coming up.
Everybody lay down. Just keep on. Don't remember anybody.
And we'll be back with the starting lineups right after this timeout.
Hi, this is Gary Lynn, inviting you to join me every day for the Hardee's Breakfast Club, Monday through Friday, 6:55 a.m. live on WMTS Radio, and at 8:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. on TV 27 and Cablevision 29. We have a new co-host every week and a brand new fresh guest every morning. Plenty of rise and shine, coffee, and biscuits. Live from Hardee's, join us right here on TV 27.
At forward, number 42, Gary Hall.
Starting lineup for Oakland, 42 coming out is Gary Hall, a senior, 6'4". Paul Carruthers, a senior at 6'1".
Number 3, Will Rowland.
Will Rowland, a sophomore, 6'1", number 3.
43, Scott Major.
Scott Major, a senior, 6'5", number 43.
Scott Lynch.
And Scott Lynch, a senior, 6'2", wearing number 32. Randy King and Gary Johnson are the Oakland coaches, and the Patriots are 3-2 on the season. Now we'll get Riverdale starters.
Number 22,
Ben Spielman, Jr., 5'10". He's wearing number 22. Kermon House, a junior, 5'11". Number 31.
52, William Blevins.
William Blevins is a senior, 6'4", number 52.
Number 51, Robert James.
Robert James, a junior at 6'3", is number 51.
Number 42, Kevin Heron.
And Kevin Heron, a sophomore, 5'11", is number 42. Palmer Jones and Bob Summers are the coaches for the Warriors, and we're set for another Oakland Riverdale game, Butch Vaughn.
It's the same thing. You know, there's a lot of emotion in this game between these kids. They've grown up together, and all of a sudden now they got to tee it up against each other. And we look for it to be a fairly even basketball game. We've talked to both coaches, and both these coaches were assistants at their high schools for a long time and earned their dues. And they're both great coaches, and they've got great assistants and great programs. And we look for a heck of a ball game.
And you might notice already a difference in the setup. We've got 2 officials for this game.
This would be unusual. Melton did a good job that first ball game. Maybe if they don't do so well, we may encourage them to go back to 1. These 2 guys jumping it right here are the 2 experienced players, Carruthers for Oakland and Blevins for Riverdale, and keep an eye on those 2.
The new official is Bob Mays, who checked in between games, I'm sure in an emergency situation.
If Mays doesn't do very well, he can always say he wasn't mentally prepared. He didn't have all day to prepare, but Bob's a good official, and he'll do a good job.
Riverdale with the ball. This is House. Over on the left side to Spielman. Blevins inside, missed the bank shot, and the rebound lost out of bounds by Oakland. Lynch had to just carry him off his hands, and he was all alone under there. So it goes back to the Warriors.
I think it surprised him.
Coming into Spielman, he'll shoot a 3-pointer. Good. Right away, a 3-point shot, and Riverdale leads by that margin. This is Rowland over to Lynch in the right corner. Inside it goes. Carruthers misses. Rebound. Major misses. Had it blocked by Blevins. He'll take it outside. A 3-point shot. Good by Carruthers.
Carruthers, 3 points.
They're not wasting any time. They're shooting the lights out already.
From downtown. 3-3 the score. They've matched 3-pointers here.
Number 31 there for Riverdale, Kamon House, started a quarterback for him on the football team last year and had a severe knee injury. You'll see the knee brace. Boy, he's a great athlete.
Missed a 3-point shot there, and it's out of bounds to Oakland.
Kevin Herron, number 42 for Riverdale, was also on the football team and had a pretty serious neck injury, and he didn't play. But they're both good athletes, and it's good to see them out there playing.
Lynch on the right side. Inside to Carruthers, and they've got 42 Herron for holding there. First foul of the game. We're tied at 3-3.
Kevin Herron, his first, team first.
It'll be out of bounds to Oakland. In play it comes. Carruthers out front to Lynch. Back to Carruthers. Hall drops the ball.
Good hustle.
Picked it up, fed Major for a layup. Scott Major.
Good hustle right there by Oakland.
Scott Major.
5-3 Oakland. And it's lost out of bounds by the Warriors. Turnover will give it to Oakland in the front court. Number 3 is Will Rowland. He's the point guard, sophomore. Comes right. Got a shot down the baseline. Missed it. Rebound Hall. Feeds in the lane, and we've got a 3-second violation against Oakland. So the Patriots turn it over. Of course, Oakland's football team will be playing for the state football championship tonight as you view the game. If you're viewing it on Saturday, Blevins, turnaround shot, no good. Rebound, Rowland comes out of there with it. And he is fouled. Foul as...
Leave it on James, I believe.
It is. Robert James. So we go out of bounds to Oakland. Oakland, the point I was going to make, they're missing a couple of players who would probably be starters. Shot left side, good by Rowland.
Rowland's just a sophomore. He's a good floor general and always has been. He's extremely hard worker.
7-3, Oakland leading. House into the front court. Shot baseline, good by Robert James.
James has got some. Robert James has got some good athletic blood in him. His father's a teacher here at Riverdale and one of the assistant football coaches down at Laverne, and a great athlete in his own right.
Rowland down the baseline, hooks the pass over, and it's out of bounds.
Come on, House broke that up. Come on's is extremely quick. Great quickness.
You can see he's playing with that left knee heavily braced. Three-point shot. Good. That's Carruthers.
Carruthers for 3 points.
He's hit 2 3-pointers.
Carruthers is a player. I'm telling you, he's a man you have to watch for Oakland. They play basically about like he plays.
Shot out there by Herron. Good. A 3-pointer by Herron.
Herron for 3 points.
That cuts the lead to 10-8 Oakland. 4.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Lynch in the corner. Out to Rowland. Into Carruthers.
Holding, I believe. On Kevin Herron.
That'll be his second foul.
42, Kevin Herron, his second.
Third team foul on Riverdale. It'll be out of bounds to Oakland under the basket.
Herron may get a lesson tonight trying to guard Carruthers. Carruthers has got great quickness and great experience, and Kevin may have to make some few mistakes before he figures out how to stay with him.
Out to Rowland. In the lane, that's Gary Hall. Down the baseline to Major. Carruthers. Rowland. Back to Carruthers. Out front to Rowland. There's the jumper. Carruthers hits it.
Carruthers.
He's got 8 points already, and it's 12-8 Oakland. 3:51 to play, first quarter. Oakland won the girls' game 50-38. Spillman with a long bounce pass into Blevins. His bank shot up, no good. Follows it up and scores.
William Blevins.
12-10.
Just good athletic ability right there and experience. Allowed Blevins to take that ball to the hoop.
We've got a foul. I think it's on House.
Riverdale had them trapped that time and got called for a foul.
Or the large crickets out this way.
Well, I tell you what, I wish they'd stomp that, and that's about to get my ears.
Rowland baseline, good.
Will Rowland.
14-10. Oakland leading with 3:17 left in the quarter.
Sure.
House over to Kevin Herron.
Pretty good battle underneath there if you watch Blevins and number 42 Gary Hall. Hall's a pretty good sized fella, and of course Blevins is too.
Oakland's
They got him
man
that
to
time.
man, and we've got a foul.
A lot of pushing and shoving, but two big guys trying to get control.
Foul on
Gary
42, Gary Hall.
42, Gary Hall, his first, team first.
First team foul against Oakland. It goes out of bounds to Riverdale. House will key it in. And the ball intercepted. It's up for grabs. Finally picked up by Spillman for Riverdale. Warriors go back on the attack to the free throw line. Over to Herron. Kevin Herron. Back to House. Herron, he shoots a long one. No good. Rebound
Carruthers
Hall.
blocked that shot.
Out to Rowland. Oakland leading 14-10 with the basketball now. 2:24 to play in the quarter. Rowland to the free throw line. In the lane. Flips it inside to Carruthers. Missed the shot. Hall the rebound. It's blocked. Picked up by Herron. Stolen by Rowland. Gets it down court to Carruthers, but over his head and out of bounds.
Will Rowland made a great play and then just passed it a little bit too hard and threw it out of bounds, but that's a good defensive play.
It goes back to Riverdale with 2:05 to play in the quarter.
Oakland would like to have that play over again.
House to Spillman. Out to Herron. Oakland's man-to-man defense. Blevins in for a shot. Good.
William Blevins.
Not a finesse shot. He sort of muscled that one in, but it counts.
He forced it up there, but again, just athletic ability allowed that ball to go in.
14-12, Oakland. Inside, spinning move by Lynch, no good, and the rebound taken by Spillman and a double dribble. Ball will go back to Oakland under the basket.
Blevins and all are having a battle underneath there in the paint. I'm telling you, they're going after each other.
Ball coming into Lynch. Quick pass
Good
in
pass.
to Hall, and he lays it in. Good pass by Rowland. 16-12.
Will Rowland's a very calm individual and has a lot of skills, and he's worked hard at his game, and it showed right there.
Spillman over to House. Inside Blevins for a fall away. Good.
William Blevins.
It's a 6 point for Blevins in the first quarter. Of course, him and Carruthers, they've got to carry their team, and both of them played extremely well this first part of this game.
Oakland leading by 2 points with 45 seconds left in quarter number 1.
We see both the Central Middle School coaches here, Coach Dale Patterson, the girls, and Ron Coe, the boys. And of course, 90% of all these kids played up there, and they just come out and support them and watch them and see how they've grown.
Central Middle team's off to another good start.
They played well. They played well last night and beat Smyrna Middle, which would have been Thursday night.
Oakland holding it for the last shot, leading by 2. Carruthers. Layup no good, tipped in by
Great tip.
Major. Scott Major tipped it in. 18-14, time running out. House got the shot away, and it's no good. That's the end of the first quarter with the score Oakland 18 and Riverdale 14. We'll be back with second quarter action now, this time out.
Announcing new Goodyear Certified Auto Service. Computers backed by trained mechanics take the guesswork out of service. They perform over 100 tests on your car and give you a complete printed analysis. Our Goodyear certified mechanics have the skill to take that information and find out exactly what your car needs and doesn't need. Accurate computers, accurate people. That's Goodyear Certified Auto Service. Let Goodyear take you home.
We go to the second quarter with Oakland leading 18-14 over Riverdale. So you're just joining us, welcome into the first of our high school telecast for this year on Channel 27. Dick Ballmer and Butch Vaughn, Mike Side, and we'll be with you each Friday night for the Saturday telecast, Saturday and Sunday, I think. Lynch for a shot. Rebound taken by Carruthers and missed. The rebound taken off by Kermon House. On the break, we've got a foul. It'll be against Oakland.
Scott Major, I believe.
Foul is on number 43, Scott Major. His
First foul.
First team second.
It'll go out of bounds to the Warriors. Kermon House will put it in play. Neither team has scored here in the second quarter. We've just gotten it underway.
Major's made one of the best tips that I've seen in a long time right at the end of the first quarter.
House took too long, and good defense by Oakland. That will be a turnover, and will give the Patriots the ball. 4 turnovers for Riverdale in the game. Oakland has 2.
These coaches here were like the girls' coaches there. They're extremely good, and good coaches stress defense. And it shows right here with both ends of the floor. Both teams played great defense.
Ball taken away by Riverdale. House traveled with the ball, and the Warriors turn it back over.
A lot of times when you're as quick as Kaman is, you do those type of things. I never did have that problem. You know, I couldn't dribble anyway, but his speed and quickness, you know, a lot of times he takes off before the ball has time to get there.
This is Rowland jumping. No good. Rebounded by Robert James for Riverdale. Spielman, good pass inside, and there will be a foul. They got it inside to James. The foul will be on Gary Hall, I think.
That's his second, team third.
Foul on number 42, Gary Hall, his second, team third.
Robert James going to the free throw line. We'll have substitution here. Lynch, no. Major is out, and number 20, Melvin Kaysen, a 6-foot junior, will check in as you see Robert James waiting for the free throw.
First free throw of this boys' basketball game.
James at the line. Shot is good.
Shooting for Riverdale, Robert James.
18-15. Robert is a junior, 6'3". Second shot, good. Two-point lead for Oakland. And William Blevins with a rejection inside against Kaysen. It'll go back to Oakland underneath. All put in play to Carruthers, and over in the corner, out of bounds. Rowland had it slip past his fingertips, so it'll go to the Warriors. 6 minutes, 32 seconds remaining in the first half. Oakland leading 18-16. Out front with the ball, Kevin Herron. Over to House. Drops it down low to James, back to House, and inside to Blevins. Lost it. Picked up by Rowland.
Heads up play for Rowland that time.
Ball knocked
Blevins
out of his
knocked that
hands.
ball away.
Riverdale got it and then traveled.
It's two extremely good defensive plays. Rowland knocked it away, and then Blevins went down the other end and knocked it away on for Riverdale.
So it goes back to the Patriots under the basket. Coming in play to Lynch. Out to Carruthers. Inside, it's knocked away, picked up there by Hall, and his pass goes out of bounds. We're going to have a timeout taken by Riverdale with 5:56 left in the half. Oakland leading 18-16. We'll be back with more action right after this.
Goodyear Certified Auto Service. Computers backed by trained mechanics take the guesswork out of service. They perform over 100 tests on your car and give you a complete printed analysis. Our Goodyear certified mechanics have the skill to take that information and find out exactly what your car needs and doesn't need. Accurate computers, accurate people. That's Goodyear Certified Auto Service. Let Goodyear take you home.
Well, there we are from the balcony at Riverdale. House. That's a three-pointer for Kermon House.
Kermon House for three.
And that puts Riverdale ahead for the first time, 19-15. Oakland with the ball in front court. Blocked by Blevins and out of bounds.
Got Blevins going over the back.
He got the block on the ball, but is called for the foul. Oakland girls coach George Hockenberry has come up, and congratulations on the win in the first game, George.
Thank you very much, Dick. It's a real good win for us and a real tickle for our kids and our program at Oakland High School.
Well, I thought your team played excellent defense and very patient with the ball on offense.
Well, we did for a while, and there's time when we fouled when we shouldn't have. But overall, I tell you what, we played our hearts out, and it's hard to come in here and win, and we're just awful proud of our entire team tonight.
Well, anytime you can win it here at the reservation, it's a big one, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It's awful big, and it's a sweet win, and it ought to help us down the road.
Blocked there by Blevins, and Riverdale on the break. House lays it up, and we've got a foul. No basket. Foul is going to be on 42, Gary Hall, and that will be his third foul.
Number 42, Gary Hall, his third.
And we'll have free throws coming for Kermon House. George, in addition to being a big win, it was also a district win for you, which you really need those when it comes tournament time.
Yes, we really did. It got the monkey off our back because our backs were kind of at the wall, and our ball club knew that we had lost a game against Sparta that we should have won, and it's a big district win for us.
George Hockenberry. Thank you, George. Oakland girls coach. His team winning. You saw Spillman shoot it out of the corner, and Riverdale now with a 3-point lead, and Oakland has turned it over again. Foul on Will Rowland.
Number 3, Will Rowland.
We'll turn it over.
His first, team fifth.
Coach King is not very happy.
It'll be Riverdale basketball. Riverdale leading 21-18.
Oakland has not scored in the second quarter.
Blevins gets it back, and the jumper is long, and it is out of bounds off Oakland. It'll be Riverdale's ball under the basket. Riverdale has scored 7 unanswered points to take a 3-point lead. This is Heron, no good, and the rebound taken by Major. Long pass to Crothers. He'll drive it in, lay it up, and we've got a foul. This one is on Kevin Heron. That will be his third foul.
Foul is on number 42, Kevin Heron, his third.
Heron will come out. Gary Eubanks, number 35, checks in for him. Eubanks, a junior. And Paul Carruthers to the free throw line. He'll be shooting a pair. First one good. (21-19). No good. Blevins on the rebound. And Riverdale takes a timeout with 4:29 left in the half. Timeout with the score: Riverdale 21, Oakland 19. Back with more action right after this.
At the Beach Insurance Agency, Ted Beach handles the commercial insurance. Clay Beach handles personal lines, commercial, and life insurance. Boyd Dagley handles the life and health department. Kim Griffin handles the rates for personal lines, and Helen Johnson, the office manager, handles personal line rates, commercial line rates, and is in charge of all financial business. Quick, dependable, and courteous service always at Beach Insurance Agency.
Announcing new Goodyear Certified Auto Service. Computers backed by trained mechanics take the guesswork out of service. They perform over 100 tests on your car and give you a complete printed analysis. Our Goodyear certified mechanics have the skill to take that information and find out exactly what your car needs and doesn't need. Accurate computers, accurate people. That's Goodyear Certified Auto Service. Let Goodyear take you home.
The Riverdale Warriors coming out on the floor, and they have had a good second quarter, leading now 21-19.
They've shut Oakland down, and Riverdale has run the offense and scrapped and got themselves back in this ball game.
Spillman over to Blevins, back to Spillman, back to Blevins on the right side of the lane. Inside, it goes to Eubanks. House for a jumper. Eubanks, the rebound, good.
Gary Eubanks.
Eubanks, who just checked in a moment ago, hits the shot, and Riverdale leads by 4. Three-pointer, Carruthers. Rebound, up and in by Major. Scott Major cuts it back to 2 for the Patriots.
That's his 6th point for the night. He's done a good job for his Oakland Patriot basketball team.
Spielman with the ball. Bounce over to House. One dribble back to Spielman. Spielman coming to the right side. Whips the pass down the baseline to Eubank. James has it partially blocked, and it's picked off inside by Melvin Kaysen.
Majors did a good job blocking that shot by Herring.
Carruthers outside, over to Rowland. Jump pass inside to Kaysen, can't handle it. Now Carruthers for a three-pointer, good, and he's fouled. That's a possible 4-point play coming up.
That's Carruthers' 12th point already tonight. That was a beautiful shot. And foul after the shot on James. It's his second.
Number 51.
I think most coaches would agree it's best not to get too close to that shooter when he's in three-point range unless he's a...
Especially after he's released it, after it's all the way out there.
Now,
you know, they say you only have to hit a third of the three-point shots to be as effective as 50% of the two-point shot.
Well, he had a chance for a 4-point play and missed the free throw. It's 24-23. That shot did put Oakland back in the lead by 1.
He must have heard you, Dick.
Quick pass inside by Spielman to Robert James. He misses, but he's fouled.
Melvin Kaysen, it's his first foul.
Number 34.
Carruthers, they called it on.
Called it on Carruthers.
Riverdale, number 51, Robert James.
James at the line will have 2 shots.
That's Carruthers' first foul.
First one good. And one more coming. That tied the game at 24 all. Second shot. Missed, and the rebound. Got a foul
Spielman on the back.
Yep. That's his first.
We said this game was going to be close, and we're pretty close to right this time.
About as close as you can get it right now.
That's right.
There you see Palmer Jones, the Riverdale coach, in his first season. His assistant there, Bob Summers.
Palmer and Bob have really done a good job. They've got their kids scrapping, and of course, Coach King and Coach Johnson, they've got their team scrapping too. So it's, come out and watch these teams play. They really give it 100%, both sides.
Scott Lynch at the free throw line. Missed it, and the rebound taken by Blevins. 24-24. House to Blevins. Over to Spielman. Missed, and the rebound taken by Carruthers. Rowland feeds it inside to Kaysen, lays it up, no good, and House the rebound.
Great pass that time by Will Rowland.
Blevins got a step, and the foul will be on Major. That'll be the second on Scott Major. And with the score tied at 24 all,
number 43, Scott Major.
Free throws coming for William Blevins.
For Riverdale, will be number 52, William Blevins.
Blevins going to the line for the first time, a 6'4" senior.
He hadn't scored in the second half, had 6 points first half. Quarter, I'm sorry. Trying to rush it up.
He banked it in. But it counts.
That's right.
That puts Riverdale in the lead 25-24. Second one up and good. 2-point lead Riverdale with 2:22 left in the first half. Loose ball picked up by Eubanks. Spielman, Blevins. Carruthers on the other end. No good. Out of bounds. It will go to Oakland underneath. I guess the dunk shot is really more of an incentive for the crowd to get into the game than anything else.
Well,
it counts the same. There's Carruthers answering outside. Carruthers with 14 points. He's had an excellent first half, and it's 28-26 Riverdale.
Well, he's a player, I'll tell you that. He's got great jumping ability also.
Eubanks misses. Blevins the rebound, puts it up. Fight for the ball. Rowland comes out of there with it for Oakland.
Rowland did a good job of going after that rebound, went up and over.
Rowland misses. Foul, or the rebound up and in by Scott Major.
Scott Major.
Game tied again at 28 all. A little over a minute to play in the first half.
Majors had a good first half also.
Eubanks got in there and laid it in.
Gary Eubanks.
Beat his man to the baseline.
It's 4 points off the bench.
Clock now showing 1 minute. Rowland outside, no good. Spielman the rebound. House, Eubank. It'll be Riverdale ball with 42 seconds left.
Remind you to please stay in your seats for the presentations that will take place at halftime.
House with the ball. Eubanks. 28 seconds left. Riverdale with a 2-point lead and the ball. House with 15 seconds. Eubanks, 8. Blevins with 7. Spielman with 5. Eubanks got a shot with 2 seconds. Hit it.
Gary Eubanks for 2 points.
Halftime at the Riverdale gym with a score. Riverdale 32 and Oakland 28. We'll check the scoring in the first half in just a moment. Right now, let's pause for these messages.
Big B Cleaners on the Square and in Mercury Plaza Shopping Center has this special for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Men's or ladies' pants or slacks, 2 for $3.71. Have your shirts laundered all week, 4 for $3.25 on hangers. At Big B Cleaners, they clean and preserve your wedding gowns, and they do all major and minor alterations. Big B Cleaners honors all local dry cleaning coupons at both locations on the Square and Mercury Plaza.
Everyone needs their own space. That's why CNS Custom builds portable buildings for every type of work and play. With over 20 years of experience, Skip Bound starts with a solid wood frame and tailors each building to fit your special needs. If you're looking for a unique, one-of-a-kind Christmas gift for your children, a custom-designed playhouse from CNS is a perfect choice, and all the buildings come with a 1-year warranty. If you want to say so on how to use your space, stop by CNS Portable Buildings on the New Nashville Highway.
Since the goal 505, we've never had a player score 1,000 points in a career.
We're back with you at halftime. The Riverdale girls coach Buddy Pate is making an award. I think we can pick it up over the PA system.
358 is a sophomore, 462. At this present time, she has 1,020 points. So at this time, I'd like the Tammy Crown come out.
mighty good basketball player right there, Butch, Tammy Crown, and she's gone over the 1,000-point mark in her career here at Riverdale.
She's had a great career here, and of course she's got all her senior year left, but there's nobody that's worked any harder on the game than Tammy Crown. She's wore the nets out at Central Middle School practicing. I tell you, she's earned everything that she receives.
Well, let's take it back down to the floor.
This is a class presentation right here. This is the president of Riverdale student body. I wanted to wish Oakland good luck tomorrow night. That's class.
And Doug Adams, they all come forward at this time.
Well, that's great. That shows a lot of class.
Those are some of the Oakland players who'll be in the state playoff. That's Doug Adams in the middle. Who are the other guys?
This is John Levi on the right, Doug Adams in the center, and quarterback Joe Peebles. And this is, of course, from Hewlin watching them at Riverdale. This is a class move.
Well, let's listen to this.
I'm going to read right now what is on the proclamation. Whereas the Oakland High School Patriots are vying for the Class AAA Tennessee State football title, and whereas they will be playing in the Clinic Bowl on Saturday, December the 3rd at Vanderbilt's Devlin Field, and whereas the Oakland Patriots will be playing the Dixon County Cougars from Dixon, Tennessee, and whereas Oakland is from the great city of Murfreesboro and our crosstown rivals, and whereas the Oakland High School football team has compiled a great 12-2 record this season. Now, therefore, I, J.T. Thompson, as president of the Riverdale student body, the greatest student body in the state of Tennessee, do hereby proclaim Riverdale's support for the Oakland High School Patriots and the TSSAA State Championship, and call upon all students of Riverdale and citizens of Murfreesboro to render their support to Oakland as it gets ready to obtain its second state football championship in this decade. I'm here to extend my hand and cause the great seal of Riverdale to be affixed this, the second day of December, 1988. And I'd just like to say, Oakland, we're behind you 100%, and go out there tomorrow night and beat Dixon County.
Well, that's a very nice presentation there, and I think it really does come from the heart. That's J.T. Thompson, who's the student body president here at Oakland, who's also the mascot for the athletic team.
That helps. I tell you what, those kids, you know, a lot of people probably didn't think it meant a whole lot, but it meant a lot to that football team at Oakland, I'll promise you that.
More than anything, I was honored. I think it's super that in an event like this, that a whole community can get together and support one team. And I think this is really super. We really appreciate it.
All right, it's halftime of our boys' game. The score is Riverdale 32 and Oakland 28. Individual scoring for Riverdale in the first half. William Blevins has 10 points to lead the Warriors.
Appreciate all your support, because we're going to need all the help we can get to beat Dixon.
6 points for Gary Eubanks. 5 points for Ben Spielman. 5 points for Robert James. 3 points for Kermon House. 3 points for Kevin Herron. And that's the Riverdale total of 32 in the first half. For Oakland, 14 points for Paul Carruthers. He got exactly half of their total. 8 points for Scott Major. 4 points for Will Rowland. 2 points for Gary Hall. Scott Lynch did not score. Melvin Kaysen came in but did not score. Halftime, Riverdale 32, Oakland 28. We'll be back with the second half tip-off. Right now, let's pause for these messages.
A simple country boy has simple needs: a house, a car, and the most advanced high-performance tires on the road.
Take me where this heart began. Love to ride the same good land that my daddy loved.
The Goodyear Eagle VR was developed out of a Formula One racing tire design, and that's important, even if you're just going next door.
Goodyear, take me home.
When you have a family of your own, you want to make sure they'll have the things they need, the way you always did. When it's time to plan the life insurance program to secure their future, there's someone nearby you can depend on. Your State Farm agent knows life insurance and is ready to help, like a good neighbor.
Gary Hall, 2 points. Paul Carruthers.
We're just about ready to go with the second half. Riverdale is leading by a score of 32-28, and the team shooting percentages in the first half show Riverdale on 12 out of 25 for 45%, and Oakland 12 out of 29 for 41%. The rebound totals, Oakland has 17 team rebounds to 11 for Riverdale. Individually, Scott Major and Gary Hall each have 5 rebounds for the Patriots, while for Riverdale, William Blevins leads with 4 rebounds. Paul Carruthers, the offensive leader for Oakland, 14 points, has hit 5 out of 10 from the field, including 3 out of 4 from three-point range. Riverdale puts it in play to start the second half, leading 32-28.
It's been a good ball game so far. Both teams played well defensively. Offensively, I'm sure the coaches aren't very happy, but I feel like each other's defense has really hurt the other one's offense.
Robert James missed inside but got it back. Spillman a three-pointer.
Great save by William Blevins.
And the rebound to Gary Hall for Oakland. The foul will be on Eubanks.
Got a foul on Gary Eubanks.
That is his first.
Foul is on number 35, Gary Eubanks. His first, team first.
Pressure by Riverdale. Eubanks knocked it away to House. Back to Eubanks. No basket. And we've got a foul on House, I believe. Foul will be on 31, Kermon House, his second. And the second team foul
on number 31, Kermon.
Second team foul in a hurry.
Team second.
Within about 34 seconds.
Riverdale's come out with a full court press. Got Eubanks again.
Well, it's costing them some fouls. Second foul on Eubanks, and now 3 team fouls in less than a minute.
Fouls on number 35, Gary Eubanks, his second, team third.
It's one of the prices sometimes you have to pay with that press, is just a very aggressive defense. And
Gary Hall in front court. Over to Rowland. Now, Rowland and Spillman are matched against each other. They came up together playing in the youth leagues here in Murfreesboro. And
they're both extremely good floor generals there. Mechanics are extremely well. A lot of credit goes to Coach Curry there at Central and the coaches here at Riverdale and Oakland. But those kids, both of them have worked. They're not blessed with all that much natural ability, but they've really worked on their game, and they've got the skills to do extremely well.
Scott Major on that rebound shot. It's 32-30 as Riverdale has a 2-point lead.
10 points for Major. He's had a good ball game tonight.
He has been very good on the boards. Had 5 rebounds at halftime. Missed shot there by Spillman. The rebound off to Riverdale, or to Oakland rather. Carruthers to Lynch. His shot no good. Rebound Eubanks. House coming back. Bounce pass in low to Robert James. Shot missed. Rebound taken by Lynch.
Major again. I believe Major again blocked that shot.
Carruthers, little head fake. Jump shot is long. And Blevins controls the rebound inside, but traveled.
Blevins just went up and took control of that ball. Of course, he walked after he got down, but he went up and took it away. Took it off the glass.
We have 5:49 to play, third quarter. Riverdale on top, 32-30. There's Lynch with an open jumper, and he hits it.
Scott Lynch.
First basket for 32, Scott Lynch, and the game tied at 32 all.
It's a big basket right there. They got Oakland back in the game, caught them up.
House across to Spielman. Eubanks to House for a 3. He's got it.
House for 3 points.
His second basket, but both of them have been 3-pointers.
That's why you're getting double figures in a hurry.
35-32 Riverdale. Rowland going to drive, lays it up and scores.
Will Rowland.
Good drive right there by Will Rowland. Took it right straight to the hole.
Riverdale's lead cut to 1 at 35-34 with that basket. House to Eubanks. He'll try a 3-pointer. Missed, and the ball out of bounds will go to Riverdale.
Levins had good position on that rebound and just got it knocked out of his hand, and Carruthers couldn't get it before it went out of bounds.
Ball into Eubanks, jumps off the wing, misses, tip by James was no good, and it's out of bounds to Riverdale. Into Eubanks, Spielman over to House. Good pass inside. Blevins misses, and the rebound to Scott Major.
Major's played a good ball game again. He got a big rebound there. He's both these teams again are well coached. They get good position underneath, take good shots, and play good defense.
Carruthers a long one. It's a 2-pointer.
16 for him tonight.
Oakland back in the lead now by a point, 36-35. Each team has had the lead in each quarter. Spielman, he hits a 3-pointer.
Ben Spielman for a 3-pointer.
And quickly Riverdale retakes the lead by 2 at 36. And they're pressing. Lynch into the front court. Rowland fouled by Eubanks.
That's their team 4th already.
3rd on Eubanks, all coming in this quarter. As you see 35 there. He'll check out.
Foul on number 35, Gary Eubanks, his 3rd.
Eubanks will leave, and number 42, Kevin Herron, back in for Riverdale.
Gary did a good job in a reserve role coming off the bench. That's a hard thing to do.
Rowland misses out of the corner. And Blevins the rebound to House. Long pass. There's Herron wide open, lays it in.
Kevin Herron.
And now back to a 4-point lead for Riverdale, 40-36. Carruthers banks and misses. Rebound Lynch. Missed. Major up. He misses. Well, Oakland had 3 good pops at the basket that time and missed them all. Here's Herron over to House. Riverdale a 4-point lead at 40-36. Spielman a 3-pointer. Got another one.
Ben Spielman for a 3-point.
That's 11 points for Ben.
Yes, he's got 3 3-pointers tonight. We've got a timeout on the floor with the score. Riverdale 43, Oakland 36. Let's take time for these messages.
At the Beach Insurance Agency, Ted Beach handles the commercial insurance. Clay Beach handles personal lines, commercial and life insurance. Boyd Dagley handles the life and health department. Kim Griffin handles the rates for personal lines, and Helen Johnson, the office manager, handles personal line rates, commercial line rates, and is in charge of all financial business. Quick, dependable, and courteous service always at Beach Insurance Agency.
Announcing new Goodyear Certified Auto Service. Computers backed by trained mechanics take the guesswork out of service. They perform over 100 tests on your car and give you a complete printed analysis. Our Goodyear certified mechanics have the skill to take that information and find out exactly what your car needs and doesn't need. Accurate computers, accurate people. That's Goodyear Certified Auto Service. Let Goodyear take you home.
There you see part of the large crowd here at Riverdale tonight for this. This will be the first of 2 doubleheaders for these schools this year, as they always play each other twice in basketball. There's the break by Riverdale and the layup missed by House. Rebound to Lynch. He'll fling it the length of the court to Rowland. Rowland takes the jump shot and scores. 43-38, Riverdale by 5.
That's 8th point tonight for Will Rowland.
House with the ball. Spielman to the baseline. His shot goes over the rim. Carruthers the rebound. Oakland trailing by 5 now. Will try to get back into that lead as the ball goes to the baseline. Carruthers with a shot. Rebound, Gary Hall back up and in.
Gary Hall.
Hall had good position that time. It paid off in 2 points.
That cuts the lead to 3, 43-40 as House brings it down. Out to Ben Spielman, guarded by Rowland. Both these teams have been man-to-man for most of the game. The ball lost, picked up by Rowland now.
Good play by Will Rowland.
Steal. Minute and a half to play in the quarter as the Patriots bring it down, trailing by 3. Deep left, Carruthers. Over in the corner, and it's out of bounds. Turnover.
Oakland's transition game is shown just brilliance tonight. You know, it's hard to be playing defense and all of a sudden turn it over to offense, but Oakland's done that extremely well tonight, the chances that they've had.
Well, even the turnovers are even now. It's 9 turnovers apiece for the two clubs as Eubanks checks back in, and Kevin Herron is out for Riverdale.
Carruthers is set down, too, for Oakland.
Cayson's back in.
Right, Melvin Cayson's back in the game.
Cayson, number 20. Eubanks in the right corner. Riverdale leading 43-40 into Robert James. Baseline jumper, good.
Good play then by Robert James. That's his 7th point.
Here's Eubanks with a steal, misses the layup. Rowland on the rebound. Up to Cayson. Cayson came close to traveling then. Turnaround shot, good. 45-42 Riverdale. 35 seconds left, 3rd quarter.
I think everybody on Riverdale side thought he'd travel.
Here's House. Over to Spielman. Inside. Blevins off the post. Misses. Rebound to Scott Lynch. Rowland to bring it down. Over to Lynch. 6 seconds in the quarter. They need a quick shot. It's a steal by House. Spielman, he's got time. Laid it in at the buzzer. Did it count? No. No basket. Says the outside official. We'll make sure before we take the break.
No basket.
No basket. 45-42 is the score after 3. We'll be back after this timeout.
Shirts laundered all week, 4 for $3.25 on hangers. At Big B Cleaners, they clean and preserve your wedding gowns, and they do all major and minor alterations. Big B Cleaners honors all local dry cleaning coupons at both locations on the Square and Mercury Plaza.
Everyone needs their own space. That's why CNS Custom builds portable buildings for every type of work and play. With over 20 years of experience, Skip Bound starts with a solid wood frame and tailors each building to fit your special needs. If you're looking for a unique, one-of-a-kind Christmas gift for your children, a custom-designed playhouse from CNS is a perfect choice, and all the buildings come with a 1-year warranty. If you want to say so on how to use your space, stop by CNS Portable Buildings on the New Nashville Highway.
Good job.
We go to the 4th quarter. 45-42 is the score. Dick Palmer along with William Vaughn and Gary Millsaps. I never knew your first name until I read it in the paper this afternoon.
Nobody else did either. Some guys writing speeding tickets, they knew.
Lynch over to Rowland. Lynch shoots outside. It rims out. Ooh. Foul on the rebound.
Kaysen, I'm afraid, on his back.
Kaysen and Eubanks fighting for the rebound, and Kaysen draws his first foul.
Foul is on number 20, Melvin Kaysen.
That's the team first.
Team's first.
Well, Riverdale played the entire third quarter without a foul.
If they can stay out that 1-1, it could be to their advantage late in this ball game.
Riverdale got 4 fouls very early in the quarter, but they have not committed their 5th yet.
Oakland's already in the 1-1, and of course that makes a big difference. Once you're in 1-1, every foul just about you get in a 1-1 bonus situation.
Eubanks misses, and the rebound taken by Oakland's Hall. Down court it comes. Carruthers, good move to the baseline. Lays it in. Well, an excellent move that time by Carruthers. Good quickness, and it's 45-44. Riverdale by a point.
I'm really impressed with Carruthers. I tell you, he's a good athlete.
Blevins, James missed the shot. Eubanks rebounds and scores.
Gary Eubanks for 2 points.
That was a good pass by William Blevins that time. James just came up a little short, but Eubanks was right there to put it back through. 3-point Riverdale lead.
Eubanks has done a good job in reserve row for Riverdale tonight.
Carruthers tried to tie it with that one, missed it. Kaysen on the rebound score.
Kaysen's done a good job.
Yeah, Kaysen's got 2 baskets. Riverdale by 1. 6:24 to play. Eubanks on the right side. Good pass in on a post, and the shot missed by Blevins. Rebounded by Gary Hall. Rowland.
Oakland's got a chance to take the lead right here. They're going to slow it down and set it up.
Lynch. Riverdale's in a zone.
Oakland's done a good job in the second half. They kept it close when they really haven't had the momentum. You know, Riverdale's had it whole second half. But again, playing good defense has really helped them.
Rowland missed it, and it'll go out of bounds to the Patriots. 5:48 to play.
I tell you, both these teams are really playing hard.
Here is Carruthers open for the jumper. And Kaysen had good position on the rebound. Robert James, 51, committed the foul.
Being 1-1, they're going to be shooting them off from now on.
That's number 3 on James. And Melvin Kaysen
number 51, Robert James,
will go to the line.
Team 5th.
We'll have a timeout.
Shooting for Oakland, number 20, Melvin Kaysen.
With 5:43 to play. Riverdale timeout with the Warriors leading 47-46. We'll be back right after this.
A simple country boy has simple needs. A house, a car, and the most advanced high-performance tires on the road.
Take me where this heart began. Love to ride the same good land that my daddy loved.
The Goodyear Eagle VR was developed out of a Formula One racing tire design, and that's important, even if you're just going next door.
Goodyear, take me home.
When you have a family of your own, you want to make sure they'll have the things they need, the way you always did. When it's time to plan the life insurance program to secure their future, there's someone nearby you can depend on. Your State Farm agent knows life insurance and is ready to help, like a good neighbor.
Well, there we are. There's our, I keep looking for our camera. Robert McCreary with the floor level shots from the reservation at Riverdale. At the free throw line, Melvin Kaysen. 1-1, good. And Butch, he's just tied the ball game up with that one.
The reserves,
7-0.
These subs have played a big part in these ball game tonight. Kaysen's done a good job for Oakland, when Eubanks has done a great job for Riverdale.
And the rebound picked up by Heron. We've got a tie ball game with 5:38 to play, so stay with us. Don't go anywhere.
That is even as you can get.
Spielman into James. Loose ball. Spielman recovers it. Goes for a reverse layup and scores.
Good move.
Here's
13.
a steal by Caron House. Down to Spielman. Riverdale by 2. 49-47 into Blevins. Banks it up and in. And quickly Riverdale extends the lead to 4-51.
Oakland's done a good job of shutting Blevins out this second half. That's his first 2 points.
There's Rowland with a jumper. It rims out, followed by Carruthers.
Carruthers.
2-point lead for Riverdale.
That's 20 points for Carruthers.
He's had an outstanding game. Here's Spielman. Flips it over to Kevin Herron. Out to House, back to Spielman. Riverdale working with a 2-point lead. House penetrates the lane, shoots, and it rims off. Gary Hall the rebound to Rowland. They've got a 3-on-3. There's a man open. Lynch for a layup and missed it.
Technical foul.
Foul will be on Blevins.
Slap that backboard. I think it's a technical foul. House has hurt his knee, I'm afraid. Having taken himself out of the ball game.
They just called
number 52, William Blevins.
Just a personal is all. And Scott Lynch will be going to the free throw line. There you see Bob Summers over there working on Caron House. And coming in for Riverdale is Gary Eubanks, 35. There's, come on, we certainly hope he hasn't injured that left leg.
He's had a lot of trouble with that thing. He's a great kid. I hope he's okay.
Lynch at the line. Free throw missed. He'll get another one. 4:21 the time left in this game. Riverdale leading by 2. Second shot, Lynch. No good. Rebounded by James. Over to Herron. Carruthers knocked it free, and Lynch came up with the ball. Back to Carruthers, 1-on-1. In with a shot. Foul on Spielman.
Spielman did a good job of keeping Carruthers away from the basket. They got him for a foul, but he did a good job of cutting Carruthers off.
He did about all he could do to prevent the layup, and now Carruthers is going to have to make them at the free throw line. 2 shots coming, and again a chance to tie for Oakland at the line. 4:07 left in the game. Riverdale by 2.
That's the 3rd team foul for.
Shooting for Oakland, number 34, Paul Carruthers.
Well, that's 3 straight foul shots. You see Randy King as I know what he's thinking over there. As they miss another one. 4 straight free throws missed. And Riverdale with a rebound. Still leading by 2, 51-49. Spielman in backcourt. Over to Eubanks. Back to Spielman. Bounce pass to Blevins. We've got a foul.
Foul on Will Rowland. Reaching in.
And that will be number 2 on him.
Foul on number 3, Will Rowland. That's his second, team second.
Only the second team foul in the half against Oakland. It'll be out of bounds to Riverdale. The Warriors holding a 2-point lead. Eubanks.
Good block.
Good block by Scott Lynch there, and the ball picked up by Carruthers.
Lynch has made 2 good defensive plays right here in a row.
Carruthers ties it up at 51 all.
Boy, Lynch has made 2 great defensive plays to get Oakland tied up.
Spielman with the ball over to Herron. Eubanks. Blevins, turnaround shot. Good.
William Blevins.
Riverdale leads by 2, 53-51.
Blevins has 14. Got him for walking.
Oakland turns it over. And it goes back to Riverdale with 3:11 to play. Warriors lead 53-51. Aaron to Spielman. Back to Heron. He thought about shooting a three-pointer. Spielman baseline, no good. Rebound, Lynch. Over to Rowland. Oakland needing 2 points to tie now. We'll bring it down. Carruthers. Hall. Off the post, good.
Good shot.
Game tied at 53 all. Tied for the 6th time tonight. Spielman. Over to James. Missing, and the rebound taken by Kaysen, and the foul is on Blevins.
His second.
I'd say he got his money's worth on that one.
That'll suit him up tomorrow night for Oakland.
They walk to the other end. There'll be free throws coming for Oakland. Now keep in mind that Oakland has missed its last 4 free throw attempts. Melvin Kaysen going to the line.
Number 20, Melvin Kaysen.
He's 1 out of 2 there. Oh boy. He will have the 1 and 1. And he missed it. Rebound taken by Riverdale, 53 to 53. 2:22 to play. Riverdale takes a timeout. Clock showing 2:19, and the score tied at 53 all. We'll be back right after these words.
At the Beach Insurance Agency, Ted Beach handles the commercial insurance. Clay Beach handles personal lines, commercial and life insurance. Boyd Dagley handles the life and health department. Kim Griffin handles the rates for personal lines, and Helen Johnson, the office manager, handles personal line rates, commercial line rates, and is in charge of all financial business. Quick, dependable, and courteous service always at Beach Insurance Agency.
Announcing new Goodyear Certified Auto Service. Computers backed by trained mechanics take the guesswork out of service. They perform over 100 tests on your car and give you a complete printed analysis. Our Goodyear certified mechanics have the skill to take that information and find out exactly what your car needs and doesn't need. Accurate computers, accurate people. That's Goodyear Certified Auto Service. Let Goodyear take you home.
2 minutes and 19 seconds left in the game. We're tied at 53 all. It's Riverdale ball. Goes into Gary Eubanks.
This has been a good basketball game. I'm telling you, these teams have gone after each other and played extremely good defense.
I see Kermon House waiting to check back in over there. Here's Heron with a shot, and it's taken away by Gary Hall.
We said that
he didn't really have much of a shot there.
No, he didn't. He tried to force that up, I believe. One of the few we've seen. Kermon House is ready to come back in. That's a good sign. I think he probably just took a shot on that knee that he's had a lot of trouble with and surgery, and I'm glad to see he's okay.
Riverdale has come out of the zone now. They're matched up man-to-man. A minute, 40 seconds left in a tie ball game.
We got video tape.
There's a steal, but Oakland regains it. Rowland to Hall, underneath, and we've got a block by Blevins. Good defensive play by William Blevins. Alternate possession rule will give the ball to Oakland, I think, under their basket. Blevins made a fine defensive play then. We've got another timeout with 1:28 to play, 53 to 53. We'll be right back with more exciting basketball action on Channel 27.
Big B Cleaners on the Square and in Mercury Plaza Shopping Center has this special for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Men's or ladies' pants or slacks, 2 for $3.71. Have your shirts laundered all week, 4 for $3.25 on hangers. At Big B Cleaners, they clean and preserve your wedding gowns, and they do all major and minor alterations. Big B Cleaners honors all local dry cleaning coupons at both locations on the Square and Mercury Plaza.
Every Everyone needs their own space. That's why CNS Custom builds portable buildings for every type of work and play. With over 20 years of experience, Skip Bound starts with a solid wood frame and tailors each building to fit your special needs. If you're looking for a unique, one-of-a-kind Christmas gift for your children, a custom-designed playhouse from CNS is a perfect choice, and all the buildings come with a 1-year warranty. If you want to say so on how to use your space, stop by CNS Portable Buildings on the New Nashville Highway.
You can have them all if you want them, but you can't run with them.
Oakland puts the ball in play. It's 53 to 53 with a minute 22 to play. Here's Rowland with the ball out to Lynch. Over to Carruthers. You think they'll try to hold it for the entire time and take the last shot?
I don't know. I tell you what, it's hard to know what goes through coaches' minds.
Riverdale's in a man-to-man defense, and Oakland is in a ball control offense.
When you're guarded, you've got to make some type of move towards that basket. You got to get it past this line right here.
I tell you, there's also pressure on the officials right now at this stage of the game.
Right. You know, mistake, foul on Common House.
Now, Riverdale's got a couple of fouls to give because that was only their, I think, third foul.
Well, Oakland's in the 1-and-1.
Oh, that's right.
Riverdale's not in.
Yeah.
Shooting for Oakland, be number 32.
Oakland is the team with only 2 fouls.
Right,
so
they're the ones that got a few to spare.
Lynch is going to go to the line now. Oakland has missed 5 straight free throws.
Yeah.
There you see the score. Good. That puts Oakland ahead by a point at 54 to 53. First time they've led in the fourth quarter.
Start to say, you know, you get the feeling once they get up, they're going to be hard to handle. They've been playing catch-up all night.
He hit them both. Now Oakland with a 2-point lead. 40 seconds to play.
Now if they get it, they'll set on it. I'll promise you that. They'll make Oakland, they'll make Riverdale foul them if they ever get the ball back.
House. Over to Spielman. Loose ball. Picked up by Blevins. Over to Eubanks. In and out. Rebound. James. No good. Tip good, but after the buzzer, we've got a foul. That tip in did not count.
Foul on Gary Hall.
We have 22 seconds remaining on the clock. Hall picks up his 4th foul.
Number 42, Gary Hall, his 4th, team 3rd.
They still have, they won't shoot the 1-and-1 until 2 more fouls. So it's not going to hurt them a whole lot. They're just going to get the ball out of bounds.
That's the 3rd team foul on Oakland. It'll be Riverdale's ball with 22 seconds left.
Well, Oakland had a golden chance in to get the ball back.
Blevins good. We're tied at 55 all.
16 points for Blevins.
Left. Lynch. Over to Rowland. Rowland shoots a long one, and we've got a foul with 4 seconds left.
Foul on Ben Spillman.
Number 22, Ben Spillman, his 3rd.
They're in a 1-and-1.
4 seconds left in the game, and Rowland will go to the line, but first a timeout. Let's take timeout. 4 seconds left. We'll be back right after this.
A simple country boy has simple needs. A house, a car, and the most advanced high-performance tires on the road.
Take me where this heart began. Love to ride the same good land that my daddy loved.
The Goodyear Eagle VR was developed out of a Formula One racing tire design, and that's important, even if you're just going next door.
Goodyear, take me home.
When you have a family of your own, you want to make sure they'll have the things they need, the way you always did. When it's time to plan the life insurance program to secure their future, there's someone nearby you can depend on. Your State Farm agent knows life insurance and is ready to help, like a good neighbor.
there's a guy that should be familiar to all the Riverdale supporters over the years. That's Thomas Lewis Hopkins, better known as TL, who's had...
He don't look like he's too worried over there.
No, he's been fishing a whole lot. He's more relaxed than he's been in years. He's been through these wars many times and had many great teams out here, and it shows just good support. Him and Palmer are the best of friends. Palmer was assistant for a long time, and TL coached all these kids up to this year, and TL's just going to watch his kids grow and fish.
There you see it, 4 seconds left. It's 55-55, and Rowland, who has not had a free throw attempt tonight, will step up there with a chance to...
He's got a lot of poise for a sophomore.
He missed it. The rebound to Eubanks. Over to House, and we're going to have overtime. We will have an overtime. Well, what a way to start our high school basketball telecast with an overtime game. Oakland and Riverdale. We'll be back with the overtime period right after this timeout.
At the Beach Insurance Agency, Ted Beach handles the commercial insurance. Clay Beach handles personal lines, commercial, and life insurance. Boyd Dagley handles the life and health department. Kim Griffin handles the rates for personal lines, and Helen Johnson, the office manager, handles personal line rates, commercial line rates, and is in charge of all financial business. Quick, dependable, and courteous service always at Beach Insurance Agency.
Announcing new Goodyear Certified Auto Service. Computers backed by trained mechanics take the guesswork out of service. They perform over 100 tests on your car and give you a complete printed analysis. Our Goodyear certified mechanics have the skill to take that information and find out exactly what your car needs and doesn't need. Accurate computers, accurate people. That's Goodyear Certified Auto Service. Let Goodyear take you home.
Have to go to Oakland, so you and Marion both.
We will have a 3-minute overtime period. It's 55-55 going into overtime. Well, you can't start much better than we've started tonight with these games.
No, we predicted it'd be close, and it has been. It's been a nip and tuck all the way.
It'll be Blevins jumping with Kaysen to start the overtime. And the ball goes to Riverdale. House over to Spillman. Eubanks in the corner. Blevins lost it. Picked up by Hall for Oakland. Back to Rowland. Rowland penetrates the lane, and it's out of bounds to Riverdale. So the two teams swap turnovers here in the first few seconds of overtime. Spillman to bring it down.
Tell you what, they both played good defense all night long. I'm sure these coaches looked at them and said, you know, if we'd done this or only if we'd done that. But they played well, I feel like, defensively.
Over to House. Spillman. Eubanks, they're working a little weave outside. 55-55, and we are in overtime. Spillman with the ball. Over to Eubanks.
Riverdale may just try to kill the clock.
Spillman guarded by Rowland. Over to House. Carruthers on him. Eubanks guarded by Lynch. Back to House into Blevins in the lane. Shot is no good. Rebounded by Kaysen for Oakland. Now the Patriots come down the floor. 55-55. We've got a minute and a half left in the overtime period. Kaysen over to Carruthers. Scott Lynch. Back to Rowland. Minute 20. Over to Kaysen. Now to Carruthers.
I think both of them want the last shot while they're playing. They've really slowed it down.
Oakland's running this out of a little stack. Lynch over to Rowland.
Carruthers hadn't shot the basketball in the last 4 or 5 minutes. That's really surprising considering the number of points he's got tonight.
Clock running with 53 seconds left in overtime. Kaysen. Over to Carruthers. Back to Lynch. 40 seconds now as you see it ticking down.
Riverdale's just basically content with letting them just run the clock down there, really not putting tight pressure. I look for one of the coaches call timeout here shortly.
28 seconds.
Coach King's trying to call timeout right now.
Timeout with 19 seconds remaining. It's 55-55 in overtime, and we'll be back right after this.
Big B Cleaners on the Square and in Mercury Plaza Shopping Center has this special for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Men's or ladies' pants or slacks, 2 for $3.71. Have your shirts laundered all week, 4 for $3.25 on hangers. At Big B Cleaners, they clean and preserve your wedding gowns, and they do all major and minor alterations. Big B Cleaners honors all local dry cleaning coupons at both locations on the Square and Mercury Plaza.
Everyone needs their own space. That's why CNS Custom builds portable buildings for every type of work and play. With over 20 years of experience, Skip Bound starts with a solid wood frame and tailors each building to fit your special needs. If you're looking for a unique, one-of-a-kind Christmas gift for your children, a custom-designed playhouse from CNS is a perfect choice, and all the buildings come with a 1-year warranty. If you want to say so on how to use your space, stop by CNS Portable Buildings on the New Nashville Highway.
Riverdale High School gym, and we've got a little spark in the air here. It's 55 all with 15 seconds to play in overtime. Rowland to Scott Lynch. Inside, good position, Carruthers, and the foul will be on Blevins.
Foul on William Blevins. Boy, I tell you,
fourth foul, I think.
That's a man I'd want to go to the line, I'll tell you that.
Foul is on number 52, William Blevins, his fourth.
At the free throw line, Carruthers. Well, Butch, he's only hit 1 out of 5 tonight. And now we've got a timeout taken by Riverdale. We'll take another break and be back with those important free throws right after this timeout.
A simple country boy has simple needs. A house, a car, and the most advanced high-performance tires on the road.
Take me where this heart began. Love to ride the same good land that my daddy loved.
The Goodyear Eagle VR was developed out of a Formula One racing tire design, and that's important, even if you're just going next door.
Goodyear, take me home.
When you have a family of your own, you want to make sure they'll have the things they need, the way you always did. When it's time to plan the life insurance program to secure their future, there's someone nearby you can depend on. Your State Farm agent knows life insurance and is ready to help, like a good neighbor.
He's only made 1 out of 5 tonight.
Needless to say, these are big free throws. He missed that one.
He was fouled in the act of shooting, so it was not a 1-and-1. He'll get the second of his 2 free throws here. Time running out. And the ball game is over. Riverdale could not get a shot off. Oakland wins it by a score of to 55 in overtime.
One of the best basketball games we'll see probably all year long. I'm not sure how well the coaches think they played, but from a spectator standpoint, it was fabulous.
So the Oakland Patriots sweep a doubleheader at Riverdale, winning the girls' game 50 to 38, taking the boys' game in overtime 56 to 55. We'll be back to run down the final individual scoring and game statistics for you right after this timeout.
Cleaners on the Square and in Mercury Plaza Shopping Center has this special for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Men's or ladies' pants or slacks, 2 for $3.71. Have your shirts laundered all week, 4 for $3.25 on hangers. At Big B Cleaners, they clean and preserve your wedding gowns, and they do all major and minor alterations. Big B Cleaners honors all local dry cleaning coupons at both locations on the Square and Mercury Plaza.
Everyone needs their own space. That's why CNS Custom builds portable buildings for every type of work and play. With over 20 years of experience, Skip Bound starts with a solid wood frame and tailors each building to fit your special needs. If you're looking for a unique, one-of-a-kind Christmas gift for your children, a custom-designed playhouse from CNS is a perfect choice, and all the buildings come with a 1-year warranty. If you want to say so on how to use your space, stop by CNS Portable Buildings on the New Nashville Highway.
There you see the crowd milling around after the ball game. Certainly an exciting game, Butch, to open our telecast of high school basketball. That's Robert McCreary, who's been working the floor camera all night. Get a good shot of him.
He's done a great job.
And he's going to shoot us, I guess.
Yeah. This was probably from a coach's standpoint, it wasn't real pretty, but this early in the year to have this big a basketball game, it's tough. And with everything else going on, you know, but again, the kids played hard, and I guess when you look at it from that respect, there's not a lot you can say, but both sides really played hard.
Oakland was led by Paul Carruthers with 23 points. I guess it was fitting that he should get the winning point on a free throw. That's the best advice I've heard.
That's the best news I've heard all night. I'm so tired of hearing that thing.
Carruthers, as we mentioned, had made only 1 out of 6 free throw attempts when he stepped up for his second shot and knocked it through with 8 seconds left for the margin of victory. 23 for Carruthers tonight. 10 points for Scott Major, 8 for Will Rowland, 6 for Gary Hall, 5 for Melvin Kaysen, 4 for Scott Lynch. And the scoring for Oakland very balanced after Carruthers, who led with 23. For Riverdale tonight, William Blevins had 16 points. Ben Spielman had 13. 8 points for Gary Eubanks, 7 for Robert James, 6 for Kermon House, 5 for Kevin Herron. And the scoring led by Blevins with 16 points. Each team led in each quarter. That's how close the game was. The biggest lead of the game was a 7-point Riverdale lead in the third quarter. Oakland's biggest lead came in the very first quarter when they had a 5-point advantage. And Oakland led 18-14 at the end of the first quarter. Riverdale led at halftime 32-28. The Warriors led at the end of 3 quarters 45-42. And the score was tied 55-all at the end of regulation. Oakland winning it in overtime 56-55.
Very tough defensive struggle tonight on both sides. They both played well, extremely well defensively. And again, there's a lot of rivalry between these two schools. It's sort of a friendly rivalry, but you know, Riverdale showed a lot of class tonight by wishing the Oakland team, you know, success tomorrow night and behind them and everything else. And these kids grow up together, and then they just get in here, and tonight's one night that they split up and really go after each other. The rest of the year they pull for each other pretty well. But it was a good football game, and congratulations to Oakland. And I got a feeling both times these two teams will play, there won't be a lot of difference in them.
Well, for those of you viewing this telecast on Saturday, remember the Oakland Dixon County game in the Clinic Bowl Saturday night at Vanderbilt Stadium at 7:30, and we'll have a delayed telecast, I understand, on Sunday night here on Channel 27 of that football game. And of course, we'll be with you each Friday during the basketball season for high school basketball from either Oakland or Riverdale, depending on which teams are at home and what we figure are the key games on that particular schedule. So Oakland, by winning, extends its record to 4-2 on the season, picks up a district win. Riverdale drops to 1-5. But the Warriors have a young team, and I'm sure Coach Jones and Coach Summers will get some wins under their belts before this season is too much.
DJ Daniels right there.
Yeah. And Oakland, of course, they're looking for the return of a couple of players, Terrence Hughes and Al Mitchell, who are expected to be key players of their basketball team. Of course, they're still with the Patriot football squad.
Terrence Hughes last year was their leading scorer and is a great basketball player. Of course, Al Mitchell is just a great athlete, and those two can't help but really help their basketball team. And I'm sure Coach King and them, of course, like he said, it gives a good opportunity for, it's going to take a long time for Terrence and Al to get ready, but it gives him a great opportunity to let these other kids play, and we'll really help him down the stretch.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up here from the Riverdale High School gym. The girls' game went to Oakland by a score of 50-38, and the boys' contest in overtime to the Patriots 56-55. For Gary Millsaps, our statistician, William Butch Vaughn on the other microphone, and our camera folks tonight. You've seen, there you are. Robert McCrary has been down on the floor. Beth Woodard has been upstairs taking the long shots with Bart Thaw and Steve Higgins over on the switcher. So that's it for tonight for Channel 27. Join us each Saturday during the basketball season for high school basketball. Thanks for watching. Good evening.
It's Christmas time at Altman's Jewelers. See their selection of beautiful watches by Bulova, Caravel, Omega, and Pulsar. Diamond rings for him and her, as well as necklaces, gold chains, blue topaz rings, necklaces, and earrings. Billfolds, card cases, and tie chains. Fine china and silver, and beautiful crystal. Free gift wrapping and easy credit at Altman's Jewelers since 1928 on the east side of the square.
Hi, I'm Mary Creech, Director with Mary Kay Cosmetics. And it's that time of the year once again when we're all busy with Christmas shopping. And I'd love to offer you an executive shopping spree with Mary Kay Cosmetics for both men, women, children, brothers, or sisters. I invite you to come by my home at any time to shop with my display that I have for you. And also we'll be offering you discounts. And I would love to work with you at this time. Please call me at 890-4754.
Mid-South Sewing Center on the east side of the square sells the leading brands of sewing machines. Jean York, Marion Bean, and Susan Bailey are always pleased to demonstrate them to you. They have a large selection of Singer sewing machines, including the Singer knitting machine. They also have a complete line of Bernita sergers and the new home sewing machines. They carry books, patterns, sewing notions, and vacuum cleaner accessories. Come in and visit them. You're always welcome to join the sewing classes that start each week at Mid-South Sewing Center, east side of the square in uptown Murfreesboro.
Well, ho, ho. Good afternoon. Ho, ho. Good afternoon. This is Sherry McCrary, and I'm here with, whoops, I thought it was Santa Claus, but it's just the red shoes they threw me. John's got on his Christmas outfit, and we're glad to be here with you at
the 1988 Christmas parade here in Murfreesboro. Sherry, has it been a year?
It's already been a year, John, and honest and truly, the crowd is just thick here on the square, and we're hearing in the background the sirens, and we're hearing reports of blue lights and red lights, and the crowd is getting excited, and you possibly can hear in the background the sound of the sirens too as we anticipate the arrival of the 1988 annual Christmas parade coming down Main Street now.
That's right. We're set up right in front of the courthouse looking straight down Main Street. We can't see from our vantage point how far the parade is away, but I understand it's about 2 to 3 blocks from us right now and should be coming right up Main Street, and they'll be clearing the crowd away very shortly, and we'll be able to view the very first of the parade.
And John, we understand there are a record number of entries this year, and we understand there are quite a few, and we are excited about seeing this fantastic parade as we sit here, and the weather has just been perfect today.
It's been a beautiful day, and I was just talking to a gentleman who had been down at the first of the parade, and he said there was some confusion in getting the parade started because there were so many entries, trying to get them all lined up and ready to go. But it's on the way now and should be here very shortly. Sherry, do you have a list of the sponsors that are making this broadcast possible?
Well, let me see. You just help me right here. We have Mary
Altman
Kay
Jewelers is one for sure.
And Mary Kay Cosmetics.
That's right. And who is the third one?
Oh, we'll tell you in a little bit.
I believe it's the Mid-South Sewing Center. Certainly is, right across the square there.
Of course.
Marion Bean, of course.
And we appreciate those fine sponsors, and we appreciate the opportunity to bring you the Christmas parade today. In case you didn't get out in time to see it, you can view it right now we're on Channel 27, of course, and 29 on the cable. John, we're watching some of the crowd and seeing some of the people mill around in the middle of the street as the parade approaches the square. We understand that it took quite a while to pass through the judges' stands, and we have maybe one report of a winner in the parade, and that, I believe, was Abby Henley, and the float that she's on was one of the winners, and so we're real proud of that. And I don't even want to venture to guess what float that is, but I'm sure we'll see a lot of traditional, maybe some contemporary floats, and the children are getting very excited and anxious. They've been waiting a long time to see the parade. It started at 2 o'clock, and our time right now is about 3.
About 3 o'clock, so it's taken about an hour to get it from the Greenland Drive parking lot all the way down here to the square.
So we anticipate a nice telecast for you of the parade as it...
From where we are, Sherry, it looks like